Hello, math lovers. Today we're going to work on assignment number 1. We're going to talk about cubes. So before we get started on cubes, let's think about all the cubes that we know. You know the cubes right off the top of your head, and keep these fresh. You know, 1 cube, of course, is 1. 2 cubed is 8. 3 cubed is 27. 4 cubed is 64. 5 cubed, 125. So what I want you to do is I want you to go through and I want you to fill in all of your cubes. You know, this way they're fresh on your mind as we get going. And when you see these numbers pop up, you're thinking to yourself, hey, that's a cube. I know those numbers. So that's really important, all right? So I want you to fill those in. Fill in the cubes, 1 through 10. If you're ambitious, you can go up through maybe 14, 15. Keep those numbers fresh in your mind as we go through this worksheet. It will also help you with your speed. And as we know in Honors Algebra 2, the speed of your problem solving is important. All right. So taking a look at our multiplication, the first part of this worksheet is a multiplication section. I'll do the first one with you. You're multiplying a trinomial here by a binomial. And if you like to FOIL, that's fine. Go right ahead and FOIL. I prefer to use a Punnett square. So I have 3 terms here. So I'll make a box just like this. So I have 1, 2, 3 terms. Okay. 3 terms by 2 terms. So binomial. So I have a spot here for my x and my minus 2 and my x squared, my 2x, and my 4. Okay, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to multiply just like I would in a Punnett square. So x times x squared is x to the 3rd. X times 2x is 2x squared. X times 4 is 4x. Multiply negative 2x squared here. 2x times negative 2 is 4x. Throw in that negative sign, negative 4x. And of course, negative 8. Your job now is to go ahead and add your like terms. Notice that I have like terms right across from each other, which is really convenient. And those terms are going to add up to 0. So I am left with x cubed minus 8. Wow, that's kind of a special problem, isn't it? The way those middle terms dropped out. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to pause the video and you're going to go ahead and you're going to complete these 8 problems. Okay? This is where you pause. Seriously, you pause right here and you complete them. Okay? All right, so we're back. You did these 8 problems. You're taking a look at it, and hopefully you noticed a pattern in all of these problems, right? There was a huge pattern. What was it? What was the pattern? As you went through and you multiplied, let's look at 7 and 8 together. As you went through and you multiplied this, you got a cubed plus b cubed. And over here in number 8, you had a cubed minus b cubed. Now, just as you love difference of 2 squares, these are the sum and the difference of 2 cubes. All right, so we're going to take that and we're going to remember this pattern. Can we use it to go the other direction? So in the beginning of the worksheet, you were multiplying. The second part of the worksheet, you are using it to factor. All right, big difference here. So if we're going to go the opposite direction, what we're just going to do is take a look at the pattern that we had here. We've got a cube. So we've got one set of parentheses and a second set for a trinomial. We take a minus b. The first set of parentheses is exactly like what's given to us in the factored form. Now to get that cube, I need an a squared here. Okay. To get that b cubed at the end, I need a b squared here because I already have a b. And then that middle term is built by the a and the b together. Okay. I can only have one minus sign in the entire problem because I want those signs to go ahead and I want those signs to fall out. Now some kids will remember this as SOAP. Same sign, opposite, and then always positive. So same, so the sign here, the minus and the minus is the same. The second sign here is opposite, and this last sign is always positive. So if you think of A and P going together, so that's SOAP. Go the opposite over here where I've got the sum and the difference, sum in the problem. We're going to keep this exactly the same to factor our cubes. Again, I like to think about how we will build this problem. This will be a squared. This will be b squared to give us that cube and the a cubed at the end. Now this middle term has to fall out, and I build that by taking a term a and b and multiplying them together. You can use SOAP, or you can just remember you need to have one minus in the whole problem. This always positive. This always has to be positive, and this sign here will be opposite. Okay. Finally, let's use this. Let's go ahead and use this to do our factoring for us. Notice that I have cubes here, all right? So I see 27 right away. I'm thinking 27, hey, that is 3 cubed, right? So as a rule, I'm gonna have you guys, because we're emerging learners, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna write our problems as cubed. This is a u cubed minus 3 cubed, okay? You're gonna follow that pattern and you're gonna build your binomial and your trinomial. So again, this will be exactly the same, 3 plus m. And then our trinomial here is going to be this 3, and we're going to square it, just like I had a squared over here. So this will be 3 squared, which is, of course, 9. My last term will be m squared. My middle term will be built out of the product of the a and the b, so it's 3m. I got to think about my sign. This is the same sign. This is going to be the opposite, and the last sign is always positive, okay? You could write this as 3 squared if you want to get started, but I know 3 squared is 9, so I'm just going to write it down. And then over here, we do the exact same thing. Our first term is the u, so it'll be u minus 3, our binomial. Now let's go ahead and build our trinomial here at the end. That's going to be u squared. Our last term would be the 9, 3 squared. Our middle term is going to be the u and the 3 together, so 3u. All right, so let's check our signs. Same sign is right here. Opposite would be a plus, and then always positive, okay? You have lots more problems on the second side of this worksheet for you to go ahead and do for your assignment. The second side has a lot more challenging questions for you to go ahead and try. Enjoy that, and we'll check them.